In this video, I am going to show you our updated templates in DotLoop. When you are in DotLoop and ready to create a purchase or listing transaction, you will log in and click Add Loop. Everything will look the same until you get to the templates. I'll click Continue. And now under the templates, you will see the different listing templates and purchase templates that we have created. Let's go ahead and take a look at the purchase template. The only difference between the non-team and the team will be the agency form. I'm going to click Continue, Done, and let it create my loop, and then we're going to take a look inside. Once you're inside the new templates, you're going to see a similar setup to what you saw in the past. However, you can see this purchase documents folder is a lot shorter. We have removed a lot of the documents that were in the old folder, as well as you can see that the documents, these are the interactive DotLoop documents, are no longer required. We have created a purchase document submission folder underneath the documents that now have the required placeholder name. So you'll see I have nothing to click on for the purchase agreement Nebraska in the purchase document submission folder. What I will be able to do is create my document, send it for signatures, and then once it's completed, you'll see this is the document. Once it is completed, I will then drag that document down to the appropriate place in the placeholder. You'll see I'm holding it over the purchase agreement Nebraska placeholder name in the submission folder. I will release, and now my document is in that submission folder. What if I need a document that's not in this purchase documents folder? I have the ability to click Add Document next to the folder on the right and go to Templates. And here you will find all of the MP Dodge forms. This is more of a library than a template. So your listing forms live here, your Nebraska purchase forms live here. If we click Hide All Details, we'll remove some of this additional verbiage so that you can see the list better. Here they all are, and then if I need to add one to my folder, I can just select it, one or more documents, and click Copy, and it will drop that document into that folder. So you can see it now lives here. If I want to minimize this section where I can add documents, I just click that Add Document again, and here are my documents. So those are all interactive forms. Now when you are ready to submit for review, once all of these required documents are in their proper place, when you click Submit for Review, instead of selecting the Purchase Documents folder for submission, you will submit the Purchase Document Submission folder. This also works if you need to pull in a PDF. If you got your agency signed outside of this transaction, maybe you met with the client and got it signed in person, you can still do Add Document and browse your computer for that saved file if you scanned it to yourself. Now we can find that document. Let's pretend this miscellaneous addendum is the document that I need. Open it up. Now that PDF lives inside this same folder. I'm going to collapse these options by clicking Add Document. And now at the top you can see I have a miscellaneous addendum. Now let's pretend that was my agency. I'm going to rename it so no one's confused. And now I need to get this PDF into the placeholder in the submission folder. So just like I did with the interactive DotLoop document, I'm going to pull the signed agency down to the submission folder right over top of the agency buyer non-team. It says, do I want to replace it with this document? I'm going to let go. And now you can see my agency buyer non-team is there. You can see the words on the left have changed. When it says required, that means it's still missing. It turns bold and it says not submitted once I've added it to that submission folder. Now let's take a look at the listing templates. When I click Add Loop, I'm going to name my file just like I did before. And then when I get to the options for the loop template, I'm going to select Nebraska listing template non-team. I'm going to view my loop, and let's take a look at the new folders. So you can see on the top that listing documents folder is a lot shorter. We don't have all the additional documents that you could possibly need here. And these documents, again, are the interactive DotLoop documents, and they say optional on the side. That is because we've also created in the listing template the listing document submission folder. Here you can see the required documents to submit for review. These are, again, our placeholder names, so if you have the PDF version or the DotLoop version of the document, you will still drag it from this top document folder down to the submission folder to the correct placeholder. An additional file you see in a listing template are the purchase document submission folder. So you have, again, the required placeholder names of the documents that are required once you receive an offer in on that listing further down the line in that transaction process. You will need these documents to submit for review for the purchase side of your listing. What if you have your own templates? You will still create a loop the same way. Click continue, and then when you get to the loop template, you now have the option to have a blank template for a purchase and a blank template for a listing. What this is going to do, I'm going to select the listing one, is it is going to pull in an empty documents folder. You can see at the top, listing documents, it's empty, so you'll be able to go to add documents, to templates, to your own templates to pull those in. So if you had your own template in here, you could select it and add it to this listing documents folder. Now, what's different with this blank template versus the last blank templates is you now have the submission folders with the required documents. So if you want to create your own templates to pull into that top listing documents folder or purchase documents folder, you can absolutely do that by utilizing these templates. However, you'll still have the benefit of the submission folders within those blank templates.